Hello, good evening. It's Wednesday. This is Market Avenue live on Facebook and also live on Ghana Broadcasting Corporation GBC News. My name is Maurice. But tonight on Market Avenue, we'll be talking about packaging, which has been a bane of Ghana's drive to penetrate the international market. Of course, we'll also be talking about the Royal Crown Packaging Annual Student Packaging Research and Innovation Program. Is a challenge between universities in Ghana to find more innovative technologies to improve packaging in Ghana so that our products are attractive on the international market. We'll be speaking to the president of the Institute of Packaging Ghana on this particular topic. But before we do that, let's get our base language for tonight, and then we'll come back to bring you updates from the Ghana Stock Exchange. Welcome back. You're still watching Market Avenue live on Facebook. Let's go over to the Ghana Stock Exchange and get updates from the stock market. My colleague Sani Abdurrahman joins me with the very latest from the Ghana Stock Exchange. Sani, it looks like what happened yesterday repeats itself today.
Of course, the markets the session ended with the market indices motionless, and this is the second time we are seeing that since the start of the week. In fact, trading was quite low on the market compared to what we've seen on Monday, on Tuesday, 744,000, 32,000 yesterday, and as low as 23,000, changing hands across 12 counters as at the end of the session. So the market indices have not recorded any change in terms of returns. It's still negative 8.82% for those that have invested in all the stocks aside financial stocks, and also 0.92% for those that have invested in the financial stocks. So there wasn't much activity on the market today, and we hope to see if there's going to be a different trend tomorrow.
Certainly there were some exchanges,
across 12 counters, largely led by MTN. And of course, MTN, some few weeks ago, there was an interview with the president of the brand who indicated that the equity is going to rebound because it has recorded some price decline in the last couple of months, but they are optimistic that they're going to rebound. In terms of the equities that made the move on the market today, 1,250 in Enterprise Ghana Limited, and that resulted into a value of 4,125 Ghana cedis. 10,820 shares in MTN, which resulted in 9,738 cedis, and also some 2,086 in Carl Bank. CPC recorded some 1,984 at the end of the session. So activity was dull on the market, and that has reflected in the indices, and this has been the trend since the start of the week.
Thank you very much. Sani Abdurrahman is with the business desk. He brought us updates from the Ghana Stock Exchange. We'll go for a short break. When we come back, we'll be having a conversation around packaging in Ghana and that particular competition among universities in Ghana to find innovative technologies to improve packaging. A short break. We are back for that particular conversation. Stay with us. Hello again, welcome back. And as I advertised early on, we're talking about packaging and how to improve this particular art and make sure that our products are attractive on the international markets and we rake in some foreign reserve. And so Reverend Kwesi Abedu is the president of the Institute of Packaging Ghana. Miss May Gail Date. She's a student from the University of Ghana. She's representing the University of Ghana in a challenge that is supposed to help, discover more ideas and more technologies to improve our packaging here in Ghana. Good evening to you, Reverend, and my good friend.
Good evening.
Hope you are doing well.
We are fine.
Sure. So, Reverend, packaging is as important as the product itself. Will I be right when I say that?
Yeah, you're right. We say packaging sells the product.
Sure.
And it preserves the product. And it helps in the distribution, that's the handling and storage. And so packaging is an integral part when it comes to trade or when it comes to preserving or whatever products that you have.
Will also be right when I say that in Ghana, packaging is at the elementary, rudimentary level. We've not really made much inroads when it comes to packaging.
Well, packaging is functional, okay, and it's need-driven. Okay, so obviously from the past you realize that we have ways of preserving our food and handling our food. We can talk of even talking about Fanti Kinki, how it's handled using fiber from the plantain leaves, corn, using the same corn to do that. So it's all down the, I'll say down this the chain. It's on demand,
okay, and
the demand will drive which packaging that you use to suit that particular commodity. If there's no demand, obviously there's a challenge.
Is it demand for the product or demand for a certain kind of packaging?
It's demand for the product. It's
okay,
demand for the product.
Okay.
And obviously I'm using kinky, there's demand for the kinky, and so people will do it. If people are not buying the kinky, obviously they won't do that. But then it also depend on the jurisdiction. Okay, so if for instance if you're in Ghana and you buy kinky, it's close by, and so that will work. But then if you have to transport it to a different jurisdiction, then a package will be added on for you to change the functionality that you are providing.
So why are we not getting it right? Why is it that our products are not, getting the needed attention, especially on the international market, because of our packaging? What really is a challenge?
Well,
the demand is not there for our product.
Well, it's first you look at the market.
Okay.
Is there a market for the products? Okay. If there's a market for a product and a person will make a margin on, the person will find the necessary packaging to transport the product or sell the product. Okay, so first is the market. So when you're talking about international market, for instance, cocoa, if you take cocoa, the people who are buying cocoa want it in the raw state, so to say. Okay, and then when you produce your chocolate, they put the technical barriers, they put phytosanitary conditions and things, so it limits you. Are you getting it? So you don't have margins that will help you improve the packaging, as it were, because the packaging is adding value, but it's at cost as well.
Yeah.
Okay, and somebody has to pay for the cost. So it's not that our packaging is elementary. It's all because we've not placed demand, or demand has not been placed on our products in the international market with the margins that is necessary for us to increase or be more functional when it comes to the packaging.
But there can be demand for a product, but the packaging is not top notch.
Okay, good. Okay, so granted, like I'm saying, there's a demand for shea butter. Okay, and currently we're selling a lot of shea butter, but a lot of them are going, like you're saying, in the virgin or raw state. Okay, when it comes to the cosmetics, okay, the person wants to buy, if it's giving you a margin, you go to space to get the packaging that the person needs to sell the product, so to say.
Yeah.
Okay, you see where our challenge is that because we have not actually given much thought to our staples, or the raw materials that we have, okay, to harness the use of it by ourselves. So when it comes to chocolate, we're doing only 3% consumption.
Sure.
Okay, so how will you, I mean, develop packaging that will preserve it and to sell it, everybody is buying.
All right. So Meg, I'll be coming to you to pick your thoughts on packaging. What your idea is when it comes to packaging, what you think is lacking in the country, what should be done, what should be changed. I'll be coming to you. So I mean, but you sound as though we don't really have any problem.
We have a problem.
Packaging.
We have a problem. We have a problem, and what the problem is that, like I said, we've not put much thought to it. When you take mainstream, for instance, mainstream education, we're not doing much in packaging. Mainstream education to have the disciples who will be that innovative or, I mean, creativity in that field. Okay. When it comes to R&D, research and development, we don't have it, so to say. So that in itself is a challenge. But I'm saying that the fundamental is, if, for instance, we decide that we want to scale up the use of leaves for selling wachi, we want to scale it up, okay, and put in all the hygienes and things. Obviously, it will be more attractive for investors to look at that. Academia will go into research and look at the various flora that they can be used and things. You see, until we put thought to it, okay, I'm saying that we can't scale it up. That's what the problem is. And if you don't do that, then education is not there. I'll say investment is not there. And as we sit now, even we don't have any policy when it comes to packaging.
Right. So what's the current conversation you are having at the Institute of Packaging? What is engaging your minds? What are you guys really looking at around this time to improve packaging?
Okay. The conversation is, one, we need to have a national conversation to have a policy, a packaging policy that will guide. Okay. And then out of that, we can generate standards. Okay. That will help drive scaling up most of our products in the international market. Okay, there's a lot of fragmented work going on. For instance, Export Promotion Authority is doing some work. Now GAP is some work. I mean, those are all, but then there's a need that we have I'll say a focus something. For instance, if we want to pick something like I use shea butter as an example. Okay, can we look at it as a product that we want to package for the international market and add all the R&D?
But there are guys who are packaging shea butter, shea butter soap, shea butter, creams. They add some other, chemicals to improve it. That's where, for me, the packaging comes in. The container that contains the shea butter, how attractive is it? So that, I mean, when I come to the shelf, even if I'm not ready to buy shea butter, I just go to pick it because it's attractive.
My brother, go to UST, go to the communication design, and you see a spectrum of designs. You see structural works that have been done, okay, that can aid that. Okay, but then the issue is, when you take one, and because you've not looked at it and aggregate it, it's expensive.
Okay.
Okay, it's very expensive, the packaging itself and getting it done. But then when you have a lot of people coming in, it's a national something, you have the R&D and everything, it brings the cost down. Are you getting me? So individuals are doing something because they have maybe one of market
designs with and all that.
But when you're putting it, like you're saying, you're looking at the national scale, that's where the problem is.
Right. So Miguel, I mean, you are a student. Some way, somehow, you are venturing into this space of packaging.
Yes.
Give me your thought. What have you observed? What's wrong? What should be done?
I had the opportunity to intern with Eliagbe Company Limited. They are into shea butter products last year, and it was supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be more than it is now, because they put a lot of effort to send the product outside, but then it looked like the laws of Ghana was against them, because I think they set up a trade fair And then the place was broken down because I heard the government had to demolish the place and all of that, and they had to start all over. So their products were great, but they lacked the exposure to the exposure needed to bring the products outside. They lacked the needed exposure for it.
Do you think it's as a result of packaging, like poor
No,
packaging?
their packaging was really good. It was really good. The head of the company was telling me sometime back when the company was founded that they managed to export some of their products outside, but then because of a little issues with the government, everything had to calm down. Yes, and I think students are always rich with ideas, but we also lack the exposure, the capital needed to bring those ideas into life, if you get what I mean.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's talk about the Royal Crown Packaging Challenge, which is a competition between universities in Ghana. You are representing the University of Ghana.
Yes, please.
What's the challenge all about?
The challenge is about coming up with solutions. So we have the issue of plastic waste, we have paper waste, we have food waste. So we as students, we as the youth of Ghana, we are challenging ourselves to come up with ideas to kind of solve these problems we see around Ghana.
How many schools?
About 4 schools.
4 schools.
University of Ghana, KNUST, Ashesi, Academic City College.
Right.
Yes.
So you are starting with 4 schools, and then you trim down to 2 finalists or something.
Well, this has been going on for 4 years now. Okay. This is the 4th year. The first year we had 3 schools, and then we added 1 school. We'll wish in future, if we have all the universities coming together, funding is the issue. If we get the necessary funding, we'll do that. The challenge is all of them are coming out with innovation or solutions, and based on what they put in and present, the jury will look at it and judge the first, second, third. Right. And the solutions that they provide will be shared with industry if industry would like to implement or take it up. So
I'm very much interested in what becomes of the competition.
Okay. For instance, the third competition that we had, the second and the third will present some of their findings on the wall packaging, they call it Western packaging, to compete, and then they had mentioning. I mean, we expecting this one also. We will showcase it and send it on that competition level on the wall packaging. We're hoping that this time we might get some awards there. Benefit wise, well, it's actually a space that we're trying to bring academia and industry together, so they understand what goes on in manufacturing and processes and factories and things, so that they will benefit from that. And then as well, the product that come, industry can look at it and see, and government to see.
Has industry benefited from the previous competitions? The outcomes, they present them to, say, SMEs, factories to use to improve?
Well, I can remember one group did something on ink, okay, and then another did something on using starch,
okay,
cassava to do starch for corrugation. Okay, and that in itself obviously is bringing down the cost of their production if they're able to use change from the coming to organic starch using cassava, so to say. With the ink, they came out with how they can print on corrugator and make it glossy, and that also is something the industry can use. So some of the learnings are applicable to industry,
right?
And that can help.
Are you able to tell us some of the areas that you were looking at, some of the topics or the themes that you will be discussing?
The schools had the opportunity to choose among 4 topics, And the first two topics are centered on food waste, trying to come up with effective packaging solutions to
food waste.
Yes, to minimize post-harvest losses of fruits and vegetables, and also to reduce plastic waste and paper waste. And then the fourth topic was also about trying to increase the marketing appeal of products, and also taking advantage of the African continental free trade area. So we want to make products from Ghana attractive, so we stand a chance of getting more profits if our products should be on that market.
Are you confident of winning?
Very, very.
Looking on the previous editions?
Yes.
How many of the editions did you win?
I think last 2 years. Yes.
Okay.
And last year too.
Okay, so Reverend, we want to tell us about your major supporters, facilitators who are helping you do this.
Well, we're having a key Royal Crown Packaging, and they are the key sponsors. We have Casapro coming on board. We have Brand Innovation as well. We have Qualiplast, plastic container manufacturing company. They are supporting this, and the Institute of Packaging is providing the technical support too. And we actually are knocking doors on in the industry and corporate Ghana that it's quite a platform, and if they come on board, then we can expand it to other industries.
Right, so we'll be wrapping up on this conversation shortly. But then what's the next phase of packaging in Ghana from the Institute's perspective? Where do you want to move the process to?
Okay, packaging has evolved, and the pandemic is telling us a lot of things. Now packaging is going smart, okay, and it's going lean too. So now there's a need for retooling, because formerly most of the machinery were big, huge, but now others are beyond the e-platform, and they are, personalized. So that's where we're having a conversation and see how we can make our products, okay, and now products are accessible everywhere. Okay, it doesn't go to a central place. I mean, somebody can be online and make an order. So that's where we're looking at, so that yes, we'll be able to provide all the necessary connectivity, talking about the barcodes, the codes, artificial intelligence is coming out, and then the aspect of connectivity on packaging. I mean, that's what we and it's a game that now it doesn't take much robust machinery as it were. Now it's going lean, so the competition is going a bit, but then the difficulty or the challenge would be how we can protect the product so that it's not counterfeited.
Finally, before you go, how do you reduce the cost? I mean, I posted it on social media, and one of the the issues was the cost of packaging. How do you reduce the cost for SMEs who are coming up?
I tell you, costs wise, if you are able to aggregate most products, cost comes down.
Sure.
For instance, if like I'm using the shea butter, if a lot of people are doing shea butter, there's a more market, and you're able to come out with innovative packaging, talking about a material, might be a plastic, that will be functional. Are you getting it? If the R&D and everything is done, then everybody can share in that, and the cost becomes less.
Sure.
But if you're an individual going, then it becomes quite expensive.
Right, thank you very much. Reverend Kwesi Abedu is the president of the Institute of Packaging Ghana. Miss Miguel Date is a student from the University of Ghana. She's representing a particular school in the packaging competition, which is going to be held some few days from now, I think 5 days from now. So we wish you well, and we'll see you sometime later. This is how we wrap up on Market Avenue on Wednesday. My name is Morris. So good to see you again tomorrow with another exciting edition of Market Avenue. Good evening. Bye.